She recognized his voice. She wasn't concerned about her teaching, her theology, all that she had learnt from the Lord. All of that really had a place, but it was nothing in comparison to knowing and hearing his voice. She recognized when he called her and said, Mary. And she recognized he was the master, Rabboni, teacher, in other words. And unless we recognize his voice, we will never understand his teaching. This is why I say so often it is divinely given. And whomever God calls, he opens our ears and eyes and heart to respond to the divine call. Your understanding of God that you know thus far has been given to you. You see, the Lord clearly reveals that he opens the eyes and their understanding. They didn't know, even though the risen Christ was standing in their presence, they didn't know until he opened their ears and eyes. And that is how God works. I have had to, as a pastor, learn this one, to realize that I know nothing in the Word of God unless he opens these scriptures. He opens my mind, my heart. He illumines my mind to the revelation of his will. I'm not able to impart what he reveals. And it is exactly the same with each of us. We are called to be part of the bride of Christ who is making herself ready. She makes herself ready by what is divinely given to her. She cannot do this herself. She is completely incapable of making herself ready unless the Lord reveals himself and he equips us. And that will always be the mark upon God's chosen people. That will be the mark upon those who will go up in the rapture, the firstfruits unto the Lord. That God called us. This is God's work. This is God working through each of us. Do you recognize it's the Lord?